Hello, class. Your co-instructors are here again. I'm Richard Sewell.
Hello, and I'm Ki Chan.
What we want to do in this session is learn more about Dr. Ki Chan. I want to interview her and let you all know a little bit about her formation as a faculty member here at the School of Public Health. So I'll start. So Dr. Chan, what was your major in undergraduate school?
I did my undergraduate at the University of California, San Diego, and lived in La Jolla for 5 years. During that 5 years, I received my bachelor's in molecular biology and a master's in biology.
So you were preparing to be a bench scientist.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. Now, how along the way did you become interested in public health?
During my time as an undergraduate, I was dedicated to science, chemistry, and biology. I fell in love with the human body, medicine, and diseases. And it wasn't until when I was during my master's program, my advisor encouraged me to take a public health seminar. And that was the first time I heard the word public health. So I sat through this public health seminar and something just sparked. The topic on public health really sparked my interest because it allowed me to apply my interest in analytical problem solving into a broader sense, beyond looking at the cellular level. And disease, beyond the individual level, but at the population level. And that's when I fell in love with the field of public health. I started to do more readings in the area, and I talked to my advisor to switch fields from getting into a doctorate program in science into a field in public health.
Great. Sounds like we should get that speaker at the seminar to come here and inspire all of us, as well as the students. So the doctorate you pursued, tell us a little bit about that. And completed, of course.
As I was wrapping up my master's thesis at UC San Diego, I was researching on a lot of different doctoral programs in public health. Doctoral programs can focus from epidemiology, biostatistics, environmental health sciences, health policy, health management. There were so many choices. I decided to continue on my passion in science at the bench while still applying these skill sets in the public health setting. The Yale School of Public Health program in epidemiology of microbial diseases, which is also known as infectious disease epi, really sparked my interest because it allowed me to continue my passion in science, where I get to continue working at the bench and take courses in public health. So during my first 2 years at Yale, I was working at an HIV hepatitis C BL3 lab. That was really exciting. All the lab doors were double coated. We had to be double gloved, we had to wear special lab coats, special procedures, and how we were handling the samples, especially working with HIV samples. It really was a great opportunity to work at a BL3 lab level. And then I took courses in genomics, public health, and health policy. And then I got very interested in the field of genomics. During that time, I wanted to explore more further in the field of genomics. I applied for an NIH fellowship, and I was very happy that I got accepted, and that allowed me to do research at the NIH, pursuing a field in public health genomics.
So when you received your doctorate, what was the first job that you did after becoming Dr. Chan?
I applied for jobs, and I was very happy to have an opportunity to teach at Boston University.
After receiving your doctorate, you were pursuing yet another degree, which is a master's degree. Tell us a little about that.
During the time when I was teaching and doing research in the field of public health genomics and evaluation, I realized that there was a missing aspect of my research, and I felt that there was another calling at that point. I took some courses on the side at Harvard since I was living in Boston, and became very interested in the field of management. It opened up a new window for me where I could apply my skills in management and leadership to evaluate the financial implication of new programs and new policies and new projects that were being considered. I realized looking back that when I was at the NIH and working at Yale, a lot of great projects and new technology was being developed, but if the implementation or the financial implication of these new projects weren't were not considered early on, many of these great projects were not implemented. So I realized that I could serve as a vehicle between researchers and scientists and physicians, and to help them develop their programs or policy or new technology at the bench at the very early on of a research program, and to assess what's the most cost-effective way, the most cost-saving procedure to make this program or this new policy to be implemented in your target population. So that's when I realized that during this path, when I switched from being a scientist to being a public health researcher to a management and now to leadership, was all part of a larger plan. And I just was always open in looking at these opportunities that were presented to me, and felt that at every milestone, it gave me opportunity to learn something new, and I was introduced to a lot of great people that helped me during this way.
Now, as a faculty member at the School of Public Health here at UIC, you spend roughly half your time in health policy and administration, teaching and working with students, advising students and serving on committees. And then the other half is in the doctorate in public health program. And for members of the class that don't know much about the DRPH degree, that is the ultimate professional degree in public health. The program we have at UIC is oriented to leadership. It's similar to the program at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And it is a distance learning program. It's online. And the students tend to be students who have, first of all, completed an MPH. There's a few students who have not, but usually the requirement is for them to take all of the core curriculum that MPH students take. And they also tend to be mid-career public health practitioners. So it's sort of a different student characteristic than you find in the PhD programs or in the master's level programs. These are mid-career public health practitioners that are pursuing a doctoral degree in public health that's focused on leadership. So do you advise students? Do you teach? What do you do in the DRPH program?
One of the reasons why I was very excited to join UIC School of Public Health was the opportunity to teach at the master's level, the doctoral level, PhD, and the DRPH program. During the time when I was completing my master's in management and finance at Harvard, while being a faculty at Boston University, I became very interested on the concept of integrative adult learning, especially using online programs. I am a teacher of online programs. I was a student of online programs. So I understand from a student and a teacher's perspective of online programs. Specifically in the DRPH program, which caters to working adults who are currently in high-level positions, who are now interested in taking the next step in leadership. Therefore, I think the DRPH program is a great program, specifically helping students to apply system thinking, collective impact analysis, and reflective learning. A lot of the different programs out there focus on different aspects in the DRPH program. Our DRPH program at UIC focuses specifically in systematic reflection that can help you become a better leader. We believe that we can give you all the tools, and that you have this toolbox that you will be able to apply in any situation.
That's great. Now, what about in health policy and administration? We know that you are co-teaching strategic planning and budgeting, HPA 444. What else are you doing in health policy and administration?
This is my first semester at UIC School of Public Health in the Health Policy and Administration program. I was very happy to have the opportunity to co-teach these two courses, and with such great instructors, where I was able to learn their teaching style and more about the program. Specifically, in the HPA program, I'm advising students on their capstone projects. I've started revamping my research program in economic evaluation. I was working at the Veterans Affairs Department while I was at Boston. I and planning to continue on those programs. For example, some of the programs that I've been working on is looking at the impact of genome sequencing in veterans. This is a multi-million longitudinal study where the VA is hoping to sequence 1 million veterans. Right now, we have about over 10,000 veterans' genome collected. We have about 100,000 enrolled. As you can see, this is going to be at least a 10-plus year project. Over the course of these years, I will be assisting the VA to evaluate the impact of genome sequencing on healthcare services for the VA. Other projects that I work on at HPA is evaluating the impact of genome sequencing in newborn screening. I'm on a couple projects sponsored by the NIH looking at what's the value of sequencing babies' DNA at an early time.
And it also sounds like that maybe starting out as a bench scientist may have contributed to the success of some of your work in research and in teaching. So it's a very well-rounded career that maybe some of you in the class may want to use as a model for your own formation and development as a public health professional. Thank you very much. That was great.
Thank you.
Mm.